He's got it on it to start with, it's just not firm enough.
Problem with that firm line, that black line, if you hit it on that and miss, you'd be about 10 past.
So a double for Rory.
As they hit it almost to the yard in good conditions, how far it's going to go.
White on, please.
Grace, slight upslope.
One green next for us, please.
Giving a good old hit, so it should have a bit of spin.
Yeah, to one green. What hole was white on?
Lovely.
Super
Brandon Grace. This is for birdie. 5 under today, remember. And again, it's got a chance, it's got a chance. He's not, it's in. 2 under Grace, 6 under today. Just 4. He skied it, because Dustin Johnson drove it 30 yards, landed at 30 yards past those bunkers earlier. I think he was laughing because he skied it.
His whole body language was if he hit it right, but yeah, how do you sky these modern drivers? Must have had it teed very high. Tricky little shot here for Connolly. Pins on the front left. And that's a good safe play to get it beyond the flag on the green. Give yourself a chance.
This is where Kuchar's tee shot finished on 9. Jamie, how's the lie?
Not very good, Sam. Pretty poor, in fact. 65 all up, but 42 the front. At least the flag's at the back, so he can try and pitch it on the front of the green and run it up the green, but it's really sitting in. He's going to have to dig this out.
Go. Go. Go.
Not quite. Just caught the top lip of the front edge of the green. It's gone back down probably 15, 20 yards short of the green. There it is. Be a testy one for all of us watching, but not difficult for him really. Just flip it up on release.
Yeah, you've got to be lucky, haven't you? That was about the thickest lie I've seen. Even from that short distance, he couldn't get it there. Speed's got a beautiful lie, just on an upslope.
Yeah.
Ball sitting up like a coconut, 160 yards.
Yep.
Same shot, really, that he had on the 7th, 9 iron. Used the wind, it's off the right hand side, slightly helping him. Look out, flag.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, down. There's a jumper again. I mean, it's 2 days in a row in the exact same location. And it jumps. Gosh, dang it, man.
Jumper means a flyer.
If I play for it and it comes out not jumping.
McIlroy at 11.
Come on, Rory! Come on, Rory!
We've just had an amber alert for a lightning strike, but it's 20 miles from the course, so we'll keep you updated. Well, not that it matters to anyone down in Australia.
Ricky Fowler, second to 18. Doesn't like it. Right trap, maybe. Or right of the right trap. Well, that's impossible. That's a very poor one from the young American. Playing with Sergio Garcia, who's a couple under for the day, Sergio, but
got to tell you, Grades, I had a tweet from John Hare, who's the general manager of the RMC Golf Club in Canberra in Australia. Delighted with Brendan Grace's 62, especially since he had him at 500 to 1.
Really?
A few drinks at the RMC Golf Club, I would imagine. Oh, that does look a little bit ominous, doesn't it? 20 miles away, so let's hope that it skirts around the golf course. There's how it looks, though. Jordan Spieth by 2 from Matt Kuchar. Brooks Koepka back in third. And Brandon Grace is 62, still good enough for fourth.
I think Grace, Johnson and Stenson will be out doing a rain dance now. Get that rain in here. See if we can get nearer the lead.
Yeah, well, with the thunderstorm, if you've got lightning, well, if there's lightning, you're off the course, but also comes with some gusty winds before it. Now, Kuchar, very tight lie here for Cooch, but he is a master around the greens. Pretty good shot. Par putt for Richie Ramsey at 10, straight up the hill. Get there, come on.
He got a real flyer from that second shot. Cooch, same place he was yesterday. That's just a simple chip and run for him. And that's what he did yesterday. Just a bit too much on that for Spieth.
Bubba.
Long putt here for Bubba Watson at 13 for birdie. Oh dear. Well, that wasn't bad for Bubba.
Playing with Cabrera Bello, who also made 3 here at 13. Toughest hole on the course yesterday it was.
To the 15th and the world number 2. Hideki Matsuyama. I think most people feel that he will be the Japanese that finally wins a major.
Cooch for par on 9. Excellent up and down. Excellent up and down. Very good front 9.
Little slider here for Spieth for his par. Little left to right breaker, just outside the edge.
It's a stat that will not give Jordan Spieth very much encouragement, will it?
What about the 54 hole leader?
See if he looks at the hole of the ball. Ball. No. Ball. A big turn on that. He had to hit that outside the hole. But very good from our leader out in 31. 3 under. Great stuff.
Now, it's been, I reckon, a record crowd here today, and all the players are on the back 9. How are they going to fit everyone on the back 9? Seriously. Koepka, second shot to 10.
Also worth remembering that the last 7 major champions have all been first-time winners. Is the sequence going to continue? And there's certainly 1 or 2 in contention that would make it continue. Rory McIlroy now back at 1 under, 8 back. Needs something spectacular on the back 9, surely.
Perfect tee shot from Poulter. Second to 10. Lovely birdie on 9. Can he continue? He likes it. Is the distance right? Yes, it is. Another fabulous iron shot from Ian Poulter. And he'll have that to get into 4 under.
Third shot 15, Matsuyama. This is a par 5.
Last for Alex Noren. 13 pars in a row. And finally a birdie at 14. Always disappointed to see players who start the day high on the leaderboard looking for a good third round slipping away a little. Gary Woodland's 2 over. Charlie Hoffman's 2 over. Richard Bland, Joost Luiten, Richie Ramsey all 1 over for holes played. Again to lose a bit of ground on the leaders.
Well, it's difficult drive attempt. It's not a long hole, just a metal wood off the tee, a couple of bunkers down the left and a tiny little one down the right. But the fairway cowers, he hit the left-hand bunker yesterday. Spieth, he'll be aware of that. Wind off the left. Another cheer goes up.
He's had a different strategy here, Jamie. He's taking 3 wood. He's trying to play it left or over those bunkers on the left-hand side.
That's perfect. Great. He smashed it over the bunkers down the left. He'll have just a little wedge from there.
He did that in the practice round too. So he's had a
different wind in the practice round. It was straight down off the right. That was in off the left. That's a really good tee shot.
He's looking good, Jamie.
Oh, I can't believe he's only 23. He's 24 next Thursday. He's had a great career already. What a player. What's he got here? 3 wood driver?
Driver,
yeah,
Cooch.
Down the left. Needs to take it left with this club.
Well left. It's in a bit of a thick bit, Jamie, just left of the path.
Marshall's have got a pretty good line on it. I think he's okay. And okay in the sense that I've got the ball.
forward at the green, Koepka. For birdie. Just got to get it there, slow up this hill. He's got it there. Great effort.
Now Connolly on 11. Great shot. Trying to draw it round the corner. Unless, as long as it carries the trap. Yeah. No. Oh, it's caught everything to stop, but it just won't. Oh, and it's right on the down slope. Shame for the young man.
Well, it won't take him long. That's the second one we've seen him hit it into. Won't take him long to learn. They're a no-no. McIlroy, third shot at 11. Plug. Okay.
Pulls. Birdie at 9. Big swing off the left for such a short putt. Oh, Pilts is in again. He's in again. Well done, Ian. So he gets 1 under for the day, -4. Great stuff, Pilts. The postman.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge, Style Hatke, in association with the new Corolla Altis, the global sedan.
Saw the holes on the back of the club there. That was just a sand wedge. And that hole's 500 yards driving the sand wedge.
Brooks Koepka against that threatening sky.
Fifth, Ricky Fowler having a go at the green. Lovely balance, lovely swing. He likes it. Where they're aiming at is blind. He won't know what the ball's going to do up here. Oh my, it's going to go in for an albatross, is it? Is it? Oh, what a shot from Fowler.
Well, he won't make many easier eagles than that, Ricky Fowler.
Excellent.
So he's back to level par.
Jamie, you aware at all of the overhead sky and the threat of bad weather?
I am, Dougie. I'm looking down the coast towards Liverpool. It's pouring down over the Cavern Club, I reckon.
Well, obviously after not taking a brolly yesterday, Jamie, you've got your brolly and waterproofs with you, haven't you?
No.
Actually, I've got to hold my hand up there. Jamie said before he went out, "Do you think I'll need the rain jacket?" No, I said, not at all. No. Sweater maybe, but you're not going to need a rain jacket.
You told me first thing this morning rain was coming at 3 o'clock.
Ha ha. It's beautifully warm out here. And there's thousands of people enjoying this golf, and these two are putting on a show. Oh, his caddy there. He doesn't really read the greens, Cooch. He just lets his caddy do it all for him. Very stress-free. And you got someone to blame. Brilliant. He's indicating right to left. This flag's right on top of the ridge. There's a ridge that runs through the screen. It's right on top of it. Not easy.
Shot tracker's telling us it's dead straight, but slow.
Bubba Watson. Good birdie chance at the par 5 15th. Nice chases it in there.
Well, he's given himself so many chances today, Spieth, and he seems to take all of them he gets. This has got to be a little bit right to left. Up the hill. He's missed one.
He's human, Jamie. He's missed, huh?
I know.
Not by much, though.
3 birdies, no bogeys so far in this third round for Jordan Spieth.
Koepka from about 35 feet. Not a lot of break in this one. Tried to hit a huge 9-iron from 185.
Excellent approach putt there from Koepka.
Kuchar's hold out for his part without any problems. And McIlroy for a birdie. The impression there's just 1 or 2 in the crowd that are here for the day out rather than committed golf fans.
Matsuyama in the fluff, second cut. Wiry stems, he's strong, but even he has battled with it. And it hangs up. A lot of green to work with.
Oh, Connolly. I keep thinking of Billy when I see his name. It's a lovely strike. There's the line in the distance. Come on, release up, turn left. Turn left. Excellent shot for Austin Connolly.
Spieth by 2 from Kuchar and by 4 from Koepka. The USA 1-2-3. Brandon Grace with the first ever 62 in a major. Moment of history here at Birkdale, and it's still good enough for 4th place. Ross Fisher a splendid 66 for 2 under. Ricky Fowler a 67 for 1 under. Rory McIlroy, you suspect, really giving himself too much to do unless he can finish really strongly with maybe 3 birdies and an eagle, 3 birdies, a couple of eagles, whatever. I mean, he's going to have to make up 3 or 4 shots to give himself a chance tomorrow.
So Bill Poulter's had a real charge at his birdie putt. This is for par. Must keep them. No,
Come on, Poulter.
A bit like McIlroy, a couple of bad holes, and here he is.
Beautiful shot. Not an easy flag to get at.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge. Style Hatke.
If Carlsberg did photocopy machines.
Third shot at the par 5, 17th. He's missed it in the right place. That didn't sound right, did it? No, that was fat. Drop kicked it. He almost looked like he was trying to help it up over the bunker and get it airborne. And just not great technique by Matsuyama.
Iron off 13 for Koepka.
Mashed
Absolutely.
potato!
Oh, goodness that. And then he laughs. Still there. Egypt. Perfect tee shot there from Koepka.
Chan Kim of the USA. Oh, found that green side bunker. Born in South Korea, but lives in Gilbert and Arizona. A couple of wins in the Japan Tour, the JGT.
Can Matsuyama salvage something after that chip? Oh, yes. Chip forgotten. Putt remembered. Birdie on the card.
Chan Kim, who qualified from winning the Mizuno Open in Japan. Now in that group at 3 under par, and they'll all hope they have a chance. Really depends, I guess, what Spieth and Kuchar and Koepka do in the half dozen or so remaining holes.
Saw Connolly's second shot to here on 13. This is for birdie. It's gone a bit left, and it's going to go further left, but good speed, so not too bad.
There's some very thirsty people out here, boys.
I don't know why they're thirsty. They've been drinking plenty.
Well, they're still thirsty. That's a good spirit out here. This is the loudest section of fans I've come across here, so could be a bit of shouting going on after this. They're having a great time on this bank, on this brilliant hole, this 12th hole. It's a wonderful par 3. Cooch, well, club short, as you said, and putting up the green. And quite a swing right to left off the hill.
Excellent effort. Young Austin Connolly. Good par. What a week he's having. 20 years old. Fabulous.
Yeah, a double break at this full speed is in the perfect spot. What a pin position this is today. We've seen some trouble on this hole all week. It's caused mayhem yesterday morning, covering the 3 holes that we do behind the red button. There was a 7 and a few 6s. But this is a super tee shot. Is it here? A little bit left to right to start with, and it goes back the other way here for Jordan.
Great camera angle. Started left, will it go? No, it stayed there. It didn't do the right halfway up, but it's a perfectly good putt. Tap in par. He'll move to the tough 13th. 2 shots ahead.
Yeah, the atmosphere has just been electric. In some ways, it's almost like a Ryder Cup atmosphere sometimes. Terrific. Just 1 or 2 idiots that are determined to make themselves heard. It's just not happening for Rory McIlroy. Started so well too. 3 birdies in the first 5 holes, and we thought, here we go. Since then, I'm afraid, it's 3 over par, including a double bogey at 10.
Koepka's got 2-2-2, downwind off the left, not a great angle. That pin's tucked tight on the left-hand side of the green.
So where Kim finished, this is extremely difficult. Could almost land on top of the bunker to get it close. Beautifully played. Excellent shot from Kim on the 18th there. Playing with Ernie Els, who's level par today, not too bad for the big easy. But Kim 3 under.
Yeah, anywhere over there, right? You got an angle too. You know? I'm just trying to figure out what shot to play too. Hey, quiet, please, back there. Thanks.
Long par 4, 499 yards.
Always a temptation on these really long par 4s to give it that little bit extra with a driver. Very easy to throw your rhythm out, and you want to be on fairway here.
to you by Hero Maestro Edge. Style Hatke.
Lining fairways. Well, credit to the golf fans of the northwest of England. They've turned out in huge numbers for this Open Championship.
Koepka's got a very slippery putt here, about 15 feet. Tiny bit of left to right, but hardly anything but downhill.
Matsuyama. Trying to cut it in there and making a pretty good job of it. First objective on the green and with a birdie chance.
Connolly just to tap in. Excellent. Chip up there.
Best score yesterday in the awful weather was Zach Johnson with a superb 66. Yesterday in ideal conditions, a 71. Crazy game this is sometimes. No luck for Ian Poulter though. Just get the feeling he's not quite holding enough putts.
That's 3 drop shots in a row, unfortunately. 2 over for the day. And slipping further and further back.
Yeah, the chances of a home winner definitely receding, with McIlroy and Poulter back at 1 under, Ramsey at even par. Big gap opening up now. This though is for bogey for Koepka. So he slips back alongside Grace and Matsuyama at 4 under, and now there's a bit of a gap between Spieth and Kuchar and the rest.
It's Bubba on 18. This is unfortunately he's lost the ball. This is for bogey. 16.
Heavy lie here for Cooch, 215, but he can chase it on. He can get enough on the ball here to run it on the green. Good angle to this left-hand pin.
Left. One good bounce. One good bounce. Yeah.
Bit of a hop, step and a jump after that one, but that's all right.
Done well there. What's Spieth's lie like, Jamie?
It's quite heavy, Sam. He's got to go through some grass to get to the ball, but similar to Kuchar, there's nothing in front of him. He can run it onto the green. I expect he's going to pitch this front edge just short and let it chase up. 180 yards. Yeah, it's about a half a club behind him, 10-mile-an-hour wind. Just hoping those clouds stay away, that's for sure. They seem to at the moment. We've got lucky so far, and they're playing quite quickly. Just a little punch with an 8-iron here for Spieth.
The line's good. He's staying softly. Almost jumped over the pin. No, that's okay. He'll come back to the edge of the green. It's a great shot. It's 20 feet for birdie. Right at the flag again. He has nailed it today with his irons. And Ryder Cup partners there. Comfortable with all of them out here today. Feeding off each other. And as Dougie said, they're creating a gap with 3 shots. Well, 5 shots ahead of third for Spieth, but 3 shots ahead of third for Kuchar. And holes to go. If they widen that gap, it's going to be a 2-horse race tomorrow, and we don't want that.
Unless it's a 2-horse race like last year. Stenson and Mickelson, one of the great finishers of all time, but it's sort of got that feel about it. They've put daylight between themselves and the chasing pack.
It looks almost certain that these two will play together tomorrow.
Tee shot at 14 for Brooks Koepka.
Oh, really?
No, he doesn't like that one at all. Not an easy pin. But if you're watching around the world, good to have your company, and I'm sure you're enjoying this fantastic afternoon at the Open. McIlroy at 15. Sam Toms and Tony Johnson alongside me, Diggy Donnelly, with Van Phillips and Jamie Spence on the golf course. Oh, we like this one.
That's better. That for eagle, remember, par 5.
Birdie putt at 18 from Matsuyama, and so close.
What an atmosphere all around the golf course, but particularly around 18, of course. What a joy it must be for these players to play in it, to get the support of the crowds, whatever nationality you are, whoever you are. It really is a magical, magical tournament.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge, Style Hutke, in association with the new Corolla Altis, the global sedan.
वाओ
थैंक्स।
तुम नहीं, तुम्हारा स्कूटर। क्या चाहिए?
मैं रिया को पिकअप करने आया हूँ, अगर आपकी परमिशन हो तो।
ऐसे कैसे परमिशन दे दूं?
टेस्ट कर लो।
ठीक है।
एक्सटर्नल फ्यूल फिलिंग, ताकि रिया को उतरना ना पड़े। सीट काफी बड़ी है, ताकि रिया।
और
That's what we wanted here for our leader, Jordan Spieth.
It's a strange thing, Sam, that he only really seems to get his man in there to have a look at a putts when he's sort of 2 to 3 feet from the hole. It's like he just, he wants the little backup, bit of confidence boost, and he gets the greens reading book out from 2 to 3 feet. It's quite strange, but you've got to say he doesn't miss too many of them.
Amazing stat of Nicholas is there, did you see that? 16 events to win the 4 majors. It's just 4 years.
3 of the 4, I think, wasn't it?
3 of the 4.
3 of the 4, yeah. Still stunning, though, isn't it? The one that blows me is how relatively few major rounds Jordan has played, but he's led after about 20% of them.
Straight in, no problem there whatsoever for the leader. He stays at 9 under.
Well, the final 2 have parred every hole on the back 9 so far. In fact, they parred the 9th as well, so that's 5 pars in a row each. I'm sure there's some birdies to come, though.
Keep forgetting how young Spieth is. Talking about Austin Connolly, well, he's only 20. This kid's only 23, and look at him. He's just world class. Now Koepka. Long birdie putt at 14. Excellent lag putt. Well, maybe not. Maybe just a couple of feet short. I thought she was going to release out to the whole side there.
Now this could be huge. Listen to the roar of this one drops. Rory McIlroy for eagle at 15. Disappointment that an idiot shouts, disappointment that Rory misses. First birdie of the back nine. To the second, and the 20-year-old Canadian, Austin Conley. Again, perfect tee shot.
Birdied the first. Can he continue? Good swing. Oh, you couldn't make this up. You could not make it up. What a day so far. Austin Conley, eagle birdie start. He's now in second place, 4 under, the young 20-year-old from Canada. Fantastic.
Golf course, you've got to wait to the 15th to find one. And he's hit that looping draw. And a very good layup. That was at max range for him. Well done.
Gabriel Bello, second to the par 5, 17th. Currently 1 under.
Go. Get there. Don't die in the bounce. Don't die in the bounce. Go.
Excellent shot there from the winner last week, Rafa Cabrera Bello. Is that for eagle to get to 3 under?
Yeah, that sky behind is still looking a little bit threatening. We're told that there is a storm. It's about 9 miles or so away, but we're told that hopefully no electrical activity, so we might get wet, but there may not be any cause to suspend play. Let's hope so.
168 for Spieth to push the tee up here with flags on the front of the green. Tricky pin this.
Such a piece of the green.
Pulls that left, that's a long way left. Worst of the day for Spieth.
But you know that the way he putts, he's odds on to still make par.
When you said we won't get wet, Doogie,
I'm just thinking of the short walk we have from the commentary box to head back to the hotel. That's all.
just checking on that.
I know you're going to get wet, Jamie. It's your signature, really, isn't it?
Well, Gooch is got quite a lot of club here. He's got 7 iron. He's just going to try and hit his customary little cut shot here into this front right-hand pin.
Wonderful iron shots, exactly where he was aiming. If he did manage to fade it a few yards, it would have been closer, but the flag just fluttering there, wind picking up a little bit. Makes the next hole into the wind. It's a little bit tougher, but 17 downwind. There's the flags are getting up.
Wonderful scoring today.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge. Style Hatke.
That's a glorious one. 1 under for the day, 1 under total, Alex.
Kept cut. This is the trap. This is down where Rory's was. No, it's a soft lander. Actually, a huge change in that hole because McIlroy was 70 yards, maybe 80 yards past that. And that winds just got up in the opposite direction.
It's giving that one a hiding too.
You know exactly what Rory's thinking. I can birdie this hole, I can eagle 17, I can birdie 18. And he can. It's probably going to take that to give him a realistic chance tomorrow. As we go back to Austin Connolly at 15.
Well, he wasn't shy, was he?
old were you, Tony, when you left your first putt short? 49?
It feels like yesterday, Sam.
Long time then.
I probably left my first one short when I started at the age of 11, and it drove me nuts every time I did it for the next 50 years. Insane. It's just the most infuriating thing, isn't it? You never get used to it.
Great putter that, Tony Johnston. Bunker player, putter extraordinaire. Great reader of Poana greens, Tony Johnston.
Oh, Jamie, you're so cruel. I mean, I just needed a white stick when I tried to read greens. I just had no idea what slope.
You try going down to your place reading those grainy things.
Oh, yeah, born on those, Jamie.
Oh
man.
Putting through a shag pile carpet down there.
I loved them. But these, Jamie, how pure are these greens? It's just outrageous, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Halfway to the hole, you know if it's in or not.
Exactly right, yeah. You know whether you've hit a good putt or not. This is a terrific pin position here. R&A must be applauded. Pushed the tee up, flag in a really tough spot. Not surprised Jordan hit the left to right all the way here.
Yeah, good putt. And I'll tell you what, to putt as well as this guy does, you have to be an exceptional reader of greens.
We saw Conley's rather aggressive birdie putt here on 15. This is for his par to stay 3 under.
Yeah, well done.
Well done, young man. Very good. Two under for the day.
What if he gets fed up, people showing cooch all the time? It's all right when you're playing well, isn't it? I suppose if you're not playing well, they're not going to shout cooch, are they? They're not going to be there. A few thousand people around this green. Crowds have been sensational all week, but especially today. And this is a little bit left to right for cooch.
Oh, he's got a chance. He's got a great chance. It's in. Beautifully holed.
Still looking for his first major. If he does lift the claret jug tomorrow evening, he'll move back into the top 10 in the world, and of course he'll achieve a lifetime's ambition.
Wonderful stuff, Kuchar.
Victory for Jordan Spieth tomorrow night would take him back up to world number 2. He couldn't quite catch his countryman DJ, but it would take him back up to number 2. So this to stay one ahead of his playing partner. Well done. The stand's empty, and decision for them. Do we follow them down or try to follow them down the last 3, or do we call it a day? What a day's golf it's been.
Perfect tee shot at 15, playing a bit longer now, bit of breeze against. Sorry, I have to listen to that. Gorgeous looking shot from Koepka. Oh, he's flown it right into the heart of the green. 2 wonderful hits at the par 5 15th.
Rafa Cabrera Bello, last week's winner, for an eagle at 17. Has he given it enough? No, he hasn't. Funny all day for Alex Noren in terms of scoring. One birdie, all the rest pars. Go on, get a second one, Alex. No, that's another par. 69, 1 under, 17 pars and a birdie.
.542 yards, this 15th. Some bunkers up the right at 300. That's where Cooch will be aiming. He loves it. That's perfect. Just put up 10 yards short of those bunkers. Spieth had an amazing eagle here yesterday. Hit it up the left-hand rough and hit an incredible 3-wood out the rough. It went about 3 feet high to about 10 feet. Let's see what he can do. He aimed it up the left. It's 270 to carry the bunkers up the left-hand side. And it's definitely into a freshening breeze.
Perfection from Spieth.
Pretty impressive, isn't he? Got some great young role models in the game. We really have. He's one of them. 16. McIlroy for birdie.
That was a really poor second shot after that drive. He hit a monstrous drive down the middle of the fairway here.
Koepka from 30 feet, sweeping left to right all the way.
Hello. Oh.
I know you were talking about putts short leave and drive you crazy, Tony. You'd probably tolerate that one, wouldn't you?
Oh, from that range, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think, there's a difference when it's from 30 or 40 feet. Yeah, you can accept it. It's when you have one of those sort of 4 or 5 footers, you get so in.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge. Style Hatke.
For today, he'd a chance to match that record 62 of Grace's, but 64 is not half bad. Rafa Cabrera-Bello and Rory McIlroy looking to edge a little closer to the lead, but they're going to have a lot to do tomorrow. And Ian Poulter, for whom the day started so well, but he's now back on 1 under. How spectacular is that shot of the sands of Southport?
Now Pultz, this for birdie. Back to 2 under. Well then, Ian, that's better. So birdie for Poulter. It's 1 over now for the day, -2.
Cabrera-Bello. Ideal tee shot at 18. Urging it to fade a little. Nothing wrong with that.
Bubba's ball there, unfortunately. Bubba went 6-6 at 16 and 17, and he's dropped back to +1.
Course looks strange without spectators on it, doesn't it? Wonder where they all went. 2:55 left for Kuchar, 2:38 for Spieth.
Flag on that right-hand side. It's against Cooch, so unless he can fly it all the way there, which I'm not sure he can, he'll be playing in front of the green here, just trying to chase it up. Penetrating ball flight.
Fabulous shot there from Matt Kuchar. See the strike here. Hit the small ball first. Just brushes the turf.
It's going to be hurting it from the right? Correct.
Excellent.
Yep.
Carried it all the way to the green too.
Well, can he do it again, Sam? 238. Got a great angle at the pin, but he needs to cut this if he's going to get it close. It's on that little ridge, this pin. Really difficult to get close to from here.
He won't play a chip and run again, will he?
I hope not.
Hey guys, on
I
the
love
hill.
that shot yesterday. I know he didn't quite intend that, but it was the only shot he had.
Oh, absolutely. It was magnificent.
So if he wants to get it close, he's got to hit a cut here, which he can do with this club. And he's capable of anything. Great golf this afternoon. Fantastic out here.
It's the perfect shape, the perfect line. Oh, 6. Just a bit too much, but another eagle putt. Double figures looms.
What can you say? He's just seriously good. Austin Connolly. Come on, youngster. Knock one in close here.
Keep coming.
It's okay.
Rafa Cabrera Bello to finish birdie. This for a 67. Oh, great putt, Rafa. 67 to move to 3 under. Great reception for the popular Spaniard. Back out to the relative calm of the 16th tee.
Yep. She good? The guy over there, right? A little off to your right, touching the tee. Spray that tower.
Austin Connolly, 16th, 6 iron into here. 3 feet, 2 feet right to left. No, maybe not.
Playing with Richie Ramsey in the left there. Is it a disappointing day? Not a disastrous one. He's a couple over. 4 bogeys, 2 birdies, back at even par, and currently lying 16th. Not the day that Richie had dreamt of. Probably exactly the sort of day that Austin Connolly has dreamt of.
McIlroy, 2 under par, 7 behind. You think an eagle wouldn't do some damage?
Set.
He's lost it right. He's lost it right.
That driver has cost him dearly over the last few weeks, and normally the strongest club in his bag. That's the frustrating thing for Rory. Drove poorly at both the Irish Open and the Scottish Open, missed the cut in both. That's some nice little technique, little Hawkeye shading there, just to give us an idea of the path. The blue line is the lag putts, the red one is the firm putt. 3 feet uphill, 2.5 feet right, and it's almost 60 feet long.
Hope it's showing left to right, or I'll have to go and have my eyes tested.
'Tis indeed.
Thank goodness for that. Can get you out, this modern technology. Quite a big swing, this. Which is the soft line, the red or the blue?
The red one.
The red one. I'll take the red one and maybe a little bit more. It will swing this. It's a tricky green, this. There's a ridge. He's walking down the ridge there. Puts along that, then it falls off that down to the hole. This pin was here the other day as well, a little bit nearer Spieth on the first day. So it's a popular spot to put the flag, and it's devilishly difficult up there. I didn't think anyone get to double figures under par, I must say.
Roderick Harrington's winning score last time the Open was here was 3 over par.
He's missed the break. It'll be a long time before you see Jordan Spieth miss a hole by that much with the putter in his hand. Just hit it through the break. As Jamie said, it will feed down to the hole from about 10 feet short, but he's rattled it through.
Rain's coming down now, just starting to get spits and spots. Michael Grella running for the bag cover. Cooch has got a great chance here up the green. Can't work out whether it's right to left or left to right. I wonder what that Hawkeye says. Probably haven't got it on this one. I think it's straight.
It's probably straight, Jamie. Yeah.
I think it is, yeah. If in doubt, go straight, Sam. It's just whether we can get it to the hole. It's straight up the hill. He really relies on his caddy. Every putt, Cooch. Must be a good putter.
We've all been hugely complimentary, rightly, about the condition of the course. Chris Whittle's doing his 3rd Open as course manager here at Birkdale, and he also did an Open at Muirfield, so he's actually been in charge of 4 Open venues, which is pretty impressive.
You were right, Jamie. Only one line, and it's straight at it.
Still got it, Sam.
No blue, no red. You always had it, Jamie. So big chance now for Cooch on this to take the lead, really.
Yeah, this could mark a change at the top of the leaderboard. If this one drops, he hold a long one on the last. Good putt, though. Back-to-back birdies for Matt Kuchar.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge. Style Hatke.
A little tester here for Spieth. He's still going to be leading even if he missed it, but it'll be joint with Kuchar, so this stay one ahead. Ooh, oh, delicious, delicious. He knows how important it was too. The little punch. 10 under, 9 under. Rain comes on heavy now. We have a little second. I think a poor Jamie without his brolly out there, but anyway.
3 holes to play. It could be a slightly damp 3 holes for the leaders. Jordan Spieth gets a double figures under par. He's on 10, Matt Kuchar on 9, and they remain 4 clear of their fellow American Brooks Koepka, back in 5 under.
There's a smart young man. You know, he goes past the crowd, but he doesn't give it the 5s with the open fingers. Keeps his fist shut so that nobody can bend a thumb or a finger back. Smart.
Jamie Lovemark. It's a poor one. That's a good round 69. If he taps that in. No, it's 17. Apologise.
In a hurry to get finished or something?
No, I actually thought he was on 18. Yeah, but the pin's on the right on 18. Anyway, it's been a long day.
Don't want this day to end.
Back into the sun. He's eyeing it up and down.
Poor drive from Rory McIlroy at 17 when he must have been thinking eagle on the tee. So this his second shot.
Thinks he can get there if he can carry the trap. He has. No. It's not far short though. Very well played to get it that far up.
Oh no, look at that. It's been such a beautiful day. Perfect playing conditions, but looks like we're in for a real soaking now.
Guy down the front right here put this t-shirt on. I think I'd put it in my pocket and put it back on when the rain stops. At least the shirt would be dry.
Ah, the British summer. You're never quite sure what you're going to get.
Well, it's a long walk back to that 16th tee, 438 yards. Sun's out, but it's raining as well. Lovely rainbow over the clubhouse. Looking back. Pot of gold down there for someone tomorrow night. Good driving hole this. You've got to hit it down the left hand side. You can't see these bunkers down the right. You do not want to go down the right hand side towards Arnold Palmer's plaque. So left hand side, I had a good look at the rough during practice down that side. It's okay.
Second shot here, McIlroy at the par 3. Tricky little shot.
Thank you, yes.
He has him. Has he? Yes! McIlroy for it too. How about that?
We wonder whether that was a McIlroy cheer when we heard that a few minutes ago. That's exactly what it was. Terrible tee shot, but it's still a 2 in the card.
It's in the bunker.
Well, I know 2 people will be hoping that it does rain quite hard over the last 3 holes. Brandon Grace and Hideki Matsuyama. I'd like to see the lead that the other 3 have on them be reduced just a little.
You know, there's about 50 yards left of that bunker. You can hit the ball to the green easily. Probably more, 60 yards. But just off this tee, you just can't see it. It's very difficult to visualise the tee shot here. See what Spieth can do.
Big hook, Jamie. Big hook. Oh, it's all right.
That's perfect, isn't it?
It's missed the fairway by 5 yards. But with the top tracker off the tee, it looked miles left.
Wonderful shots, slow-mo, rain coming down, and it did look like it was going way left, and a little bit of panic in the voice there, but a lot of space. He's okay.
Now this should be back down breeze for Austin Connolly, make it a bit easier. It's a beautiful drive. I thought it was drawing a bit more. I don't think he'll reach the traps. That's a perfect tee shot.
Brooks Koepka, birdie putt. Just trying so hard to reduce the deficit, and it's a good try, but it will be a par.
Saw Rory's layup. This is 3rd into 17. I don't know if he can play this in low, 1 bounce and go over the hump or right over and screw it back to it. Oh, he's duffed it. He's absolutely duffed it. Oh, it's been better than you thought, Rory. You hit that a bit fat.
Spieth 10 under. Kuchar just one back, and then 4-shot gap to third place Koepka. Grace, Matsuyama 4s. Some really, really good scoring. Sean Norris. He was out first this morning with a marker, round in 65. At one point he was in the top 10. Just ploughed through the field. Beef 67, well, look at this. Loads and loads of good scores. Compared to yesterday. It's amazing. We have 8 guys yesterday, Sam, under par. I think it was 8 guys. We've had the benefit of watching it all. Tough testing links conditions and then great scoring. Lovely.
As the rain still keeps coming down. McIlroy for birdie on 17. Yeah, we still love you, Rory. He's right there. But it's not his day. It's not his week. Need a miracle tomorrow now. 8 shots behind. Go back to 99 when Paul Lawrie won. He was, I think, 9, 10 shots behind.
Tee shots. Spieth appeared to hit a much worse tee shot than Kuchar, but Kuchar's the one that's been punished. You could say, I suppose, that Spieth missed it. If he's going to miss it, he was going to miss it on the left, which was the right side to miss it.
He wasn't very aggressive with that one, Tony, was he? I mean, he's literally only hit it 15 yards. I thought you could get it 100 and give yourself 90 into the flag instead of 150. Austin Conn.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge. Style Hatke.
Great shot from Jordan. Kuchar in the bunker. He can, well, he holds that. Kuchar bogeys, he'd be 3 clear.
Rory's got the bomber out on the 18th. Gonna go left to right. He is, but
Don't want it any further right, Tony.
ooh, may get away with it. Get a lie. He has.
Kuch, 30-17, 1 behind. He would dearly love to make 4 here. I think it's just a bit safe, chopping it off the pin. It'll be a good 2-putt for bogey now. And with Spieth, 18 feet for birdie. Could be 3 clear after this hole with a mishap from him. And on the other hand, he could hole it, Spieth could miss, and there'd only be 1 in it.
Spieth will get a good read off that though, and we know how deadly he is from 18 to 20 feet. You give him the line, probably expect him to hole it.
Richard Bland's had a great chip at 17. He needs another one at 18. It looks to have played it very well indeed. Run on down to about 3 feet. Very good.
Young Austin Connolly bunkered, and it's a deep one, and it's a super shot. Anytime you see one of those cameras in the face of a bunker, you know it's a brutal one. Little bit of sadism there. Well done, young man. Richard Bland. It was an astonishing stat that Doogie had there. Only his second Open, when you think he's been out here for 17 or 18 years or something. This for par. Well done. That's a round in par for the day. 1 under total. Tied for 14th. Not a terrible day's work.
I agree with you, Sam. Thought Kuchar, he had a good line, that bunker. He could have moved it 100 odd yards up that fairway. Gone in with a sand iron, but he just splashed it out as if it was sitting in a hole.
It wasn't. We saw the line.
Yeah, it was all right.
It's very strange, Jimmy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You'd have been thinking about getting it on the front. I know you.
We 7 would chop it up.
I know you. It's just spits and spots of rain now. It's not too bad. I think we're going to miss the most of it. Still a nice evening. This is across the green for Kuchar. Right to left all the way. And it will be a good two-putt, this.
Especially with the rain we've just had, it just makes the putt totally different than what it would have been 20 minutes ago. And there you see he's left it a good 12 feet short. That's because of the rain on the green. Didn't take that into consideration, or maybe he mishit it, but kind of thought that might happen. So Spieth, big chance here now.
Jerry Lovemark holds his par putt at the last. In fact, I'm sorry, we've just had an update there. That was a bogey, so he's back in 38. And round in par and level for the tournament.
So Spieth got this now to go 11 under and at least a 2-shot lead. At least a 3-shot lead, Jamie, sorry.
Yeah, well, it's a good chance. It's not an easy putt, Sam. It's uphill, and then when it gets to the hole, it sort of gets away from you. So if you hit it too hard, be aware of that. It will get away from him if he gets too aggressive here. A little bit right to left as well. But he knows it's slow. Dribble it up and let it drop in.
So near, so near. He stays at 10 under. Kuchar with a good 10-footer to stay to get to 8 under. So at least 2 ahead now at Spieth.
Important putt here. You'd think for the psyche. Bogey putt. So he's at least 2 behind. And now 3. Well, that didn't take long. It's a stinger. For a little while there, 2 holes ago, they were tied. That hurts. Doesn't hurt him. He'll be thinking, that's quite nice. 3-shot lead. Birdie the last. 4-shot lead overnight. What'll I have for dinner? I'll sleep well.
Austin Connolly. Fantastic bunker shot and an excellent birdie. Well done, young Austin. He gets the 4 under, tied 4th.
I think the crowd are taking him to their hearts as well, Sam. Not the day Rory McIlroy wanted or needed. Jordan Spieth with a 3-shot lead now and 2 to play in the third round of the 146th Open Championship. First double bogey of the week for Matt Kuchar, now 3 behind. Brooks Koepka on 5 under. Austin Connolly and 4 under still to complete their rounds. Oh, what a day it's been here at Royal Birkdale.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge. Style Hatke.
He was 317. Jamie said to reach that first one because he's hit that about 360.
Good judgment. This was 3 shots all day long yesterday. It was a long, tough hole with that into that wind and rain. Not today. Now Kuchar needs a comeback here.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Thank you. Go on, good. Thank you.
Yeah, they all like it. It's good, but it's quite a long way behind Jordan.
Koepka from 76 yards. Got a pretty good lie in the semi. Needs to be wary to keep the ball just short of the flag, really. Doesn't want to leave himself a tricky downhill putt.
Rain's back on heavy again there. You wouldn't think it was pouring down. Look at that. Extraordinary. Really great performance this week from Austin Connolly. Another beauty down the last. Shouldn't reach the trap, I don't know. I'm looking a bit worried. Sit down, please. Not the commentator's curse. Stop ball. Ah, perfect.
Come on, Rory. Delight the crowds around the 18. Knock this one in for a birdie at the last. No, a day that started so promisingly with a birdie at the first, birdies at 4 and 5 where he drove the green and perhaps should have made eagle, but it's all rather petered out. And Rory McIlroy shoots 69, 1 under par, but we just expect so much more from this brilliant young Irishman. And he finishes 54 holes at 2 under par. At the moment that's 8 behind, and unless Jordan Spieth does something very strange in the last 2 holes, it's going to be a tall, tall order for Rory McIlroy to win a second Open.
Poulter after a very good third shot. He's got a double breaker here, swinging off his left initially and then maybe coming back just a little bit from the right at the end.
One of those days, Shem, he put himself in great position going into today, Ian. He's only 1 over for the day, but with what's going on around him, it's...
Richie Ramsey birdied 17 and get back to just 1 over for the day. Oh, this is a good shot. Very good shot. Chance to finish birdie, which will make Richie feel a whole lot better.
We saw Poulter's putt from here, just break a little bit further left, and that break from the left, this should be the same, inside left. This for birdie for Koepka. Get to 6 under. So he's only 2 behind Kuchar. 4 behind Jordan Spieth. America 1, 2, 3. It's actually only 1 behind Cooch. Forgot he'd bogeyed 16. Sorry about that.
2 good drives down 17, but obviously a long way still to go at this par 5.
Come on.
Still feels he can get there with a hybrid. And he had the firepower, but it will catch the bunker. It's a deep one too.
No. Yeah, I got any wind there is quartering. It's just not doing a ton, you know? Yep. All right, zero in again. 12 front. Yes.
Perfect lie for Spieth, 232. Can run it up the green. So I'm expecting this to go on the green, downwind. Just a little draw.
Going a little bit right.
Oh, that was
dangerously right. And that's got the same bunker that Cooch is in.
Really good, Mike.
Oh, it's finished in a horrid, horrid position. That's it, obviously in the left corner of your screen there, and it's going to the right as we look. So it's semi-plug, downslope, no backswing.
Other than that, it's fine. Austin Connolly. What a day. And what a great shot into the last. Just 20 years old, qualified at Royal St. Ports a couple of weeks ago to play in his first Open Championship. Can't have dreamed, well, he will have dreamed of a day like this. Absolutely terrific. 4th on his own.
That's some scoring when you look at the right there, isn't it?
It's just been fantastic. What a great day he's got. From early on when we saw the 65s from Sean Norris and Scott Hand and Jason Day and quite a number of 66s. And we all suspected there could be a very low score. I don't know if we felt there would be a 62, maybe some did, but of course there was. Brandon Grace, who in his interview afterwards claimed that he genuinely did not know. It was only after he'd holed out for the 62 that Zach Rosego, his caddy, said, "You've just made history." He didn't know. Maybe it's just as well.
Austin Connolly after that gorgeous second shot in. This for birdie to finish birdie. This for a 66. Just to get him to 5. Oh, it's a chat. It's in. Brilliant. What a great day for the young Canadian. 32, 34, 66. Very good indeed. Good luck tomorrow, young man. My goodness. A lot of pleasure. 1,000 to 1 before the off.
Oh, just a fantastic day. The top 10 in those tied for 10th at the close of the tournament qualified from last year's Open at Royal. We assume that the conditions haven't changed, so I guess that'll be the first target tomorrow for Austin. Make sure he's in the top 10 and he's back next year, but why shouldn't he be aiming to win the Open?
Good lie for Cooch. Really good lie. Can pitch this halfway, let it skip and release to the flag. Not so good for Jordan. He's up against the face. This is as good a lie as you can get in these bunkers.
It's a beauty. Terrific bunker shot.
Very well called, Jamie. And that takes care of the bogey on 16. Kutcher back to 8. Double bogey on 16, sorry.
It was a better shot than that, Mike.
Well, he's up against the face here, Tony, with the ball above his feet. You talk me through it. You're the maestro.
It's start off with a little prayer, face wide open, and a lot of sand on this ball. Weight back on the right foot. That was, well, prime concern there was don't leave it in this.
Brought to you by Hero Maestro Edge. Style Hatke.
In the green for us, just to give us a better and clearer view of all the humps and hollows and swales and bumps. Of course, the players don't have the benefit of that. Having said that, they're a little bit closer to it than we are.
We know how good he is from this range. Incredible strokes gain statistics on the PGA Tour. 20 to 25 feet, holds a quarter of these.
So he touched his ball there, it didn't move, that's not a problem. So this to retain his 3-shot lead. Giving Kuchar his, obviously. It's always just a touch left, so just a par for Spieth at 17. He'll stay 10 under. 1 to go of the third round.
Won twice already this year on the PGA Tour. In fact, he won last time out in the Travelers Championship after winning the AT&T at Pebble Beach earlier in the year. Up to 10 wins now in the PGA Tour, and of course those 2 majors. Kuchar in for birdie to cut the gap to 2 shots. Up onto the elevated 18th tee, 7:30 in the evening, local time. And up ahead, Brooks Koepka in the rough to the right of the 18th fairway.
Very good.
That's pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? Nobody in the last 15 groups has shot better than Spieth today. He's 4 under. That's if he shoots par or better on the last. You know, you get in leading the Open and put in a score like this, not a single drop shot. Impressive to say the very, very least.
Great golf courses have great finishing holes, and this is one of the best. This 18th at Royal Birkdale. Bunker down the left, bunker down the right, bunker in the middle. There is a fairway there as well, though. It's the one down the left they'll be aiming at, and that's 306 yards. Little bit of breeze behind the players.
Get right. 2 yards. Soft.
Oh, that was the one I was talking about. He got lucky there.
He asked it to move 2 yards right. I mean, it was literally 2 yards right of the trap.
We need to get those golf balls.
The ones that listen. Been looking for a wife like that for a long time.
What's Jordan got, the driver or the 3-wood?
Can't see yet, Jamie will tell you in a second. Driver.
Yeah, not surprised, but he can reach. He's a little bit longer than Cooch today. Can reach the bunker down the left, and There's one down the right, sneaky little one, 280.
Huge drive. Carried the trap on the right. It's gone miles down there.
He was the only man that shot 2 rounds in the 60s in the first 2, and he's going to maintain that record, Jordan Spieth. 4 under today for the round. Up ahead, Brooks Koepka. Finishing strongly, Tony.
He is. I'd be happier for him if it was his second shot. But it is his third after finding trouble off the tee. Good pitch in, though.
Birdie at 15, birdie at 17, but not at 18 for Brooks Koepka as he tries to close the gap in the 2 players ahead of him. Pretty good leaderboard for the USA, top 3. And also Dustin Johnson and Chan Kim in there as well. Rory McIlroy, despite a 69, back on 2 under par. Fisher, McIlroy, Ramsey, Poulter leading the British Challenge, but they're a long way back. 66 for Jason Duffner today, who was rather overshadowed by his playing partner, Brandon Grace.
After hacking out, pitching up to here with his third, got a big bounce with his pitch. He's got about 20 feet now, not a lot of break in this putt. Couldn't get in really close to get a great read, but I don't see a great amount of break here. Pretty makeable, really. He's been putting well all day. Crowd silent.
That'll rather take the wind out of Brooks Koepka's sails. We saw that statistic. The attendance for this week is already at 231,000. Absolutely unbelievable. The previous record here at Royal Birkdale was 201,000. So they've smashed that. The all-time Open biggest attendance was at St Andrews in 2000, 239,000. So that's clearly going to be beaten tomorrow, unless fewer than 8,000 people turn up, and I don't think that's going to happen.
You invited the relations, didn't you?
They're all here. But that's fantastic. Great tribute to the golf fans of the northwest of England. Turned out in massive numbers.
And to this magnificent golf course.
Pretty similar putt to the one Ian holed in 2008 when he thought he might have actually won the Open. A little bit off his left, about 15 feet.
Attaboy, folks. Attaboy.
A little bit like the 4th round in the Scottish Open last week. Just didn't quite get the move he wanted. But he's still there. Finishes 2 under. And a bogey for Brooks Koepka. He makes a lot of birdies as the big-hitting American, but he drops a few as well. It's his 4th bogey of the day, but it's still a 68. So he'll finish tied with young Austin Connolly at 5 under par.
Cheers, thanks.
Big drive by Spieth, isn't it? 330 yards.
Well, he got lucky off the tee to miss the bunker, but he's on the downslope here. Matt Kuchar, not a nice lie. Ball hanging below his feet from 170 yards. He's going to have to chase it in. Back foot. Down the grip.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, come on.
What a shot. No. Oh my goodness me, Matt, that was so close. What a shot from that lie. Wonderful hands, wonderful control. Magnificent. What a show the whole field's put on today. It's been so entertaining from start to finish.
Haven't seen the latest statistics, but I suspect this might be the lowest score to par by the field that we've ever had in the Open. It was certainly heading that way early on, and they've not exactly been making lots of bogeys since.
132 left for Spieth, just a punch with a wedge.
Has he overcut it, or is it perfect? He overcut it. He's a lucky boy there. Oh, let me tell you. Anyway, it's there. Oh, that was so close to catching the edge of the trap. Anyway, it didn't. It's a lovely quote from one of the pressmen or players last year that says, no matter how nice you think Jordan Spieth is, he's actually nicer. It's so sweet to hear that about a world star.
Let's just listen to the reception that these two players will get.
To do it again tomorrow. They will be the last group.
Just the greatest arena in golf. The 18th in the Open. Doesn't really matter which course. It's wonderfully staged by the R&A, and the atmosphere the golf fans provide must send shivers up the spine of these players.
Well, he's got a lot of support out here, Matt Kuchar. Someone's just shouted from the crowd, "Marry me, Cooch." I think they're a bit late for that.
Was that a female voice?
No, it wasn't. That was the worrying bit. Well, two good chances, aren't they, here? Had a lot of fun together, having a good chat. Good pals, Ryder Cup colleagues, having a ball out here this afternoon.
And I know I keep coming back to this stat, but I'm updating it. I'm pretty sure the figure now is that Jordan Spieth has played 69 rounds of golf in majors, and he's led after 14 of them, which is almost exactly 20% of all the rounds he's played in majors, which is just a mind-boggling statistic, isn't it? Just to put it in perspective, Matt Kuchar has played 155 and he's led after 3.
It just comes a little bit right to left off the hill and then straight down. He'll fancy this one, Spieth.
What is there left to say about Jordan Spieth's putting?
Who's going to finish second? Fantastic. Look at that scoring. 65, 69, 65 around Royal Birkdale. just amazing. And the first 2 days was horrific weather. Have a look here. He knows it's in. Watch his reaction. It's about 3 feet short. Fantastic. 11 under par.
And Matt Kuchar must have been thinking, I could get within 1 here going into the last round. Oh no. And instead of closing to within 1, he's 3 behind. Oh well, all I can say is that's as good a day's golf as I think I have ever seen. And we've all seen a lot of golf, Sam.
Oh, I agree, Dougie. In an Open Championship, it's never been better. Quite phenomenal right from the start of the day. 62 by Grace, and then umpteen 65s and 64s. Brilliant.
Just sensational of his, isn't it? I mean, does it get any better than this? Well, maybe it will be tomorrow.
Well, we'd have to go a long way to beat this. It really has just been the most superb day's golf, right down to the final group. Dream stuff.
Jordan Spieth will take a 3-shot lead into the final round of the Open. Matt Kuchar his closest challenger, and then there's a bit of a gap to young Austin Conley, the 20-year-old Canadian, and Brooks Koepka. Brandon Grace, though, with not just the round of this Open, but the round of any Open and any major, the first ever 62 in a major tournament. And he didn't even know that he'd set a record. Unbelievable. Well, those on 2 under, the likes of Rory McIlroy and Ian